The art of the home screen is like a bridge, an area to connect one game to another, or a place for you to take a break before going on your next adventure. Home screens, nowadays at least, are very vital to a user experience. Whether you're playing on the Wii, a PlayStation, or you know, whatever the hell the original Xbox 360 home screen was supposed to be. When it comes to modern video games, home screens are always there. And when it comes to Nintendo, let's just say they've had a very weird past. So, ladies and gentlemen, I took it upon myself to go through every single Nintendo home screen ever created, and we're gonna go through every single one of them and review them. Why am I doing this? It's because I'm a psychopath, and that's not everything. To keep this whole operation nice and orderly, I'm using a new mechanic no YouTuber ever's dared to try out. I'm using a tier list. We got the S tier for the go ones. And then we got I'm gonna be honest, if you don't know how a tier list works at this point, I feel like that's a you problem. Also, I'm having an extra tier down here. I'm gonna call it the no tier. This is just for the consoles that don't have home screens, because believe it or not all of them have them. So that's why none of these are gonna be on here. Cool? Cool, awesome, let's do this. It's a clock. Like it's literally just a clock. Something you'll probably notice about these more early consoles is that their home screen isn't like much of a home screen. I mean, considering the fact that the Game & Watch came out in 1980, I don't really know what else I should have expected from them. But you know, as a pioneer to video games, at least they had a home screen. You don't see much of that until like the 2000s. So, you know, good job being early to the party, I guess, Nintendo. But you know, once again, it's a clock. D tier. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chargy Award ceremony. Yeah, that's right. Today we're going to be giving out an award to the Nintendo GameCube. And what are we talking about today? Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving them the award for the stupidest menu layout I've ever seen in my life. GameCube, I get it. GameCube. Make the shape of a cube. Why not make the goddamn menu a cube? I'll tell you why you don't make the menu a cube. Because it looks terrible. It's not even that hard to navigate. It just feels stupid to navigate. Everything's like floating around too and like spinning, and there's so much going on that doesn't need to be going on. This menu is 100% form with zero function, and it is very, very apparent. But hey, it's not a clock. C tier. You know, a fun fact actually, growing up with a Nintendo DS Lite, I didn't even realize I had a home screen until like maybe 6 months after I owned the console. One thing that the Nintendo DS Lite and GameCube share in common is the fact that if you turn it on with already having a game in it, you don't even see the home screen. And when it came to the DS, unlike the GameCube, I practically always had my game inside of the console, and because of that, I barely even realized it existed. But you know, looking at this, it works. Like, this is a very, very bare bones home screen. You have a clock and a calendar because, you know, who doesn't go, I need to check the time, and pulls out their DS Lite, am I right, boys? And yeah, in all honesty, there's not a lot to this home screen, but we got PictoChat though. PictoChat moves it up to a C tier. Yeah, this is a real thing. The Panasonic Q was a partnership between Panasonic and Nintendo to make a GameCube that plays DVDs. Why are we making a GameCube that plays DVDs? Because all the cool people were doing it and Nintendo wanted to be cool. And why did we need to partner with Panasonic to make this work? I really don't know. But hey, the partnership happened, and all it gave us was a piece of material that looks like I'd find it in a bread factory. But we're not here for the console. We're here for the home screen. And guess what? It's the GameCube home screen. Just put it in C tier. Now, here's where the juicy stuff starts to come in. The Nintendo DSi has so many nice things going for it. An easy to navigate little swipey menu thing, a little photo gallery going on up top that you can just kind of look at while, you know, you're spending like maybe 5 seconds at most on this thing. And you know, a bunch of little applications you can scroll to. It's easy, it's simple, it works for the console. That's all you really need, let's be realistic here. If you gave the Nintendo DSi anything more than that, I'll be realistic, I think that'd be surprising. But sometimes simplicity works. A tier right there. Now here's where the big boy comes in. The basic design concept behind the Wii was a console that felt like a television, if that makes any sense. They wanted it to mesh with, you know, cable TV at the time, so it kind of felt like a part of a family room. And I mean, for that design aspect, I'd say they did fantastic. They absolutely nailed the whole television feel with, you know, having channels instead of applications. You kind of like click on them with the remote and they do like the little jingle, ba 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 ba, you know, stuff like that. It just really, really works, and also thematically for the console, really, really makes sense. Now that combination is absolutely fantastic and makes this easily one of their best home screens. And of course, you can't forget all the little sounds that are being made in the background that, you know, make me feel like I'm being brainwashed. But oh my god, why do I have to use the sensor bar to navigate it? A tier. Now let's just hope Nintendo doesn't fuck it up with the next console. They fucked it up with their next console. The Wii U's menu just does a lot of things that make me really mad. Like, why are the icons so tiny now? Why did we get rid of the cool little pop-up things that the Wii had? Why does the menu start on the gamepad and I have to move it to the television? Shouldn't it be the other way around? I mean, the Miiverse gimmick happening on the television is kind of cool. It's cool seeing what everyone has to say about all the games coming out right now. Oh yeah, Miiverse was discontinued. Now it's nothing, and I still have to swap it, Nintendo. Why do I still have to swap it, Nintendo? The television does nothing now. Why would you not just have the menu on the television? C tier. Out of every single Nintendo home screen that they've ever made, when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, it is really simple. And simplicity is not really a bad thing. Like, when it comes to this home screen, it's just really basic. There's nothing I can say that's really good about this home screen, but there's not also anything I can say that's really bad about it. It just kind of exists in a really, really perfect state of being in the middle. And that's not a bad thing, obviously. It's just, you know, I kind of like when there's a little spice in my home screen. This is no spice at all. B tier. It's pretty obvious with these classic edition consoles that the home screen is designed to be like the Switches because they were developed around the same area. Both have the whole scrolling through idea, but you know, it kind of worked better on the Switch because it was handheld. But also it makes up for it with the fact that this menu is so charming. Whether it's the funky music that's playing the whole time, or you know, all the little NES like references around the place, or the cool little moving background. Compared to the Switch, this one has a lot more style, and because of that, it's a little bit better. But I still have to put it in B tier because take literally everything I just said about the NES Classic Edition and just kind of say it again, but a little bit better, and that's this one, A tier. You remember I complained about earlier how the Game & Watch's home screen was just a clock? Yeah. But hey, now it looks like Mario. There's really not much to this home screen. It's a clock again, but at least this time it's got a little style to it. But I really don't want to put it at the same tier as the GameCube. So you know what? This is my list. We're just going to kind of just slide it like right there. Yeah, it's fine. It looks fantastic. S tier. I mean, come on, man. If this was a real competition, the 3DS would absolutely sweep everyone by like 5 miles. This home screen has everything. You can choose if you want more of the like small looking DS idea of like scrolling through, or you could expand it to a bunch of panels all over the place like the Wii. You got wallpapers, these charming little animations that play when you're selecting a game. This menu feels like they took everything that they've done with every other console and kind of meshed it into this one. There really is nothing bad that you can say about the 3DS's home screen. It just does everything so perfectly. And if you still don't believe me, hey, they got face raiders on this thing. So yeah, there's our list. Hopefully you agree with me on it. Maybe you don't, in which case, sorry. But yeah, hey, I hope this video helped us appreciate the Nintendo home screens, because I guess we gotta get, I don't really have a reason, I'm gonna be honest. And hey, if you don't agree, at least we can all agree on one thing. What, man, what the fuck is a Panasonic Q? Humongous thanks as always to every single one of my Patreons: Christopher Speed, Oliver Pope, Simpatico, Liddy Kitty, Steve Emerson, Rockington, Hammy Whammy, John G. Gibb, Kem Gilboy, Cool Mom, The Guy Creates, Swimmington 2, Trans Boy, Jack Armstrong, Minu, Samuel Waxman, and Halen Kane. You're all amazing. I love every single one of you. See you next time.